the pooled, like the probably the two sample stuff. Like you have two samples means, and you have to do z star equals x bar 1 minus x bar 2 over the giant square root of all the stuff, because there's two samples worth of information now. Or the one with the p hat 1, p hat 2. That's chapter 10. And that kind of helps me understand why a lot of people did poorly on those problems on the test. I didn't get very much homework for chapter 10 turned into me. So I don't know what's going on with chapter 10 homework. Okay. Just want to throw that out there. Yes?
Are we allowed to use formulas on the final?
Oh, hell yeah.
Like all of them? Are you going to give us a list or something?
What's that?
Are you going to give us a list?
Yeah. We could do that today if you want. I was going to do that on Thursday. Talk about the formula sheet. So you can just bring all your formula sheets, and then we just have to add on the most recent stuff. Yes?
For the quiz, that you just gave back to us, when it said the best fit for this data, what were you looking for?
Yeah, so the important thing is R by itself tells you a few things. It tells you how good the fit is, what kind of correlation it is, right? And I try to make it really obvious. Everybody got something in the 0.9s. Some of you guys got negative. Some of you guys got positive. If it's negative, you've got to write that down, because that's sort of important, right? So some of you guys just left the negative off, but that's no good. You've got to put that in there. So everybody got like 0.9 something. So everybody should have been able to say it's strong, positive, or negative, depending on which version of the quiz you had. Correlation. Right? It's evidence of correlation, and it happens to be strong because it's close to -1 or 1. I like that. A lot of people said that. But a lot of people left the second part of the thing undone, or not really answering the question. What then, if it's really strong correlation, what does it tell me about the line of best fit? So I would accept two answers. One of them is a little bit preferred because it's what we said in class.
That you can trust it.
Yes, that's the key. If I saw that word, I felt pretty good. Right? Hopefully it wasn't just floating around. Hopefully it was connected to, we can trust the line to make predictions. We can trust the line, whatever. To you, we can trust the line and we can use it. I love it. That would have been great. I can remember not a lot of people said that. What was the other thing? Or you could say, since it's a strong correlation, then all the points are really close to the line. I would have accepted that answer, even though it wasn't what I was really looking for, because you're still answering something about what does it tell you about the line. It tells you the line is really close to all the data points, right? So I would have taken either one, but the trust one is bigger. When do I know I can use that line? When there's evidence of correlation, right? So if it wasn't greater than 0.6 or whatever it said, then I couldn't use the line. I couldn't trust it. How you doing? So that's a lot of you guys can now correct that. If you got that wrong, it sounds horrible when I say a lot of people got that wrong, but I understand you just weren't really sure how to answer that question, but the trust thing is the big thing. Anything else from that quiz? So I mean, overall, like I said, I can't not like an average of 85.7, so that's really good. A few of you guys were not too close to that, but you can make corrections like always. Right? The unfortunate thing with this quiz is there's no connected test, so there's no test to get better. So, oh well, but you can still make corrections to the quiz. All right. On Thursday, I'm going to give you guys, here's my fifth puberty. I'm going to give you guys an updated grade sheet summary, so you know what to kind of shoot for. And now it's just going to say what you need to make on the final to pass, to make a B, to make an A. So you can kind of see what your goal is. Right? Cool. I like it. Some people will need to make a negative grade to fail. Right? Which means you have to run me over with the car on purpose. Don't test me on that. Don't try it out. Well, Walla, what do you think? I like that. And some of you guys have to make more than 100 to get an A, so an A is out of your reach. You know, unless you get everything right on the final plus the bonus. So that's a possibility. Right? Anyway, so on Thursday you'll know on that grade sheet summary. So any other specific questions or from homework or anything else?
So is Thursday the last day to turn all homework in, or is it the final day?
Yeah, anything you haven't turned in that has not been turned in yet, If you turn it in today or the day of the final, it won't make any difference. You'll get the same amount of credit for it. So if you want to just hold on to it and then give it to me on the day of the final, right? I'll have my wheelbarrow with me. Probably should start doing that, to be honest, and or I should get some of the wheels. Anyway, so you can give it to me on the day of the final. So, real quick, nobody's asked me about this. Some of you guys got homework back from me. It says nothing on it, right? So I don't know if you're sitting there going, what the hell's... So just this homework I'm not going to have time to grade. So that's the first round of that. I think I have some extra little pockets of homework to give back.
Full credit?
Yes. So the way that homework works with me now that the semester's almost over, I can tell you the whole truth. If in a perfect world, I would make homework worth nothing, and I would not accept it from anybody, and you could ask me questions on it, and that would be great. I tried that one semester, and everybody was failing after the first test. I'm like, oh shit, never again. I have to make homework worth something. So when I graded it, if you gave it to me before the review day, you got it back on the review day. Period. Right. So if that's true, if you're one of those people, you know it's true. If you gave it to me on the review day or the day of the test, I graded it if you got a lower than average grade on the test and gave it back to you. For the most part, there's a few that I couldn't quite get to. So if you got decent grades on the test, but you gave me your homework on the review day or the day of the test, I'm just giving it back to you. Right? So obviously you did enough work to understand it, so you don't need me as much to look at it. If there are still some questions on your homework that you didn't have answered, you can always just come to see me or ask it now or Thursday. Right? You guys with me here? So in a perfect world, I wouldn't look at any homework. You would just do it and ask questions when you hit something that didn't make sense. Right? But I also know on the other side of the equation, I know as a student, if it's not due, I'm probably not going to do it because I got other stuff that's due. Because I was on the other side. I was one of 4 people in this little class, and the teacher didn't make homework due. He just said, just whenever you get time. We all got incompletes. Because what am I going to do? I'm going to do the homework for the guy that wants it from me. I'm like, shit, man. Anyway, that's enough of that. You know, me and homework, we have a love-hate relationship. Right? And you guys like, well, I have mostly a hate relationship with it. So anything else specific? Okay, let's do this. So everybody's sort of doing the same thing. Why don't we try number 11 first? Let's kind of work backwards. On the practice final. Does anybody need the handout from section 11.2, the one about chi-squared goodness of fit? There's an example and it tells you how to set that up. Who else? Supposed to be sort of. Yeah. There's also another. Here. And you got a practice final? Oh, good. Alright. So everybody has a practice final?
I like the neck folder. I know there's something on the desktop. So after I'm done with it, like I know I'm not gonna use it. There's
You know how to class?
Yes.
This is
What is that? Language.
So just to make sure everybody understands, what is everybody working on right now?
11.
Number 11 on the practice final. If you want to sit there and stare at the back of the guy's head in front of you, that is an option.
Is what he's talking about?
Yeah.